Bitcoin is dumping like crazy and we are seeing a very big red weekend. Where is this going to stop for Bitcoin? In this video I will tell you everything about Bitcoin and what we can expect for the coming days. I will also tell you my game plan and what you should do next. I will also talk about the two altcoins Vechain and Ethereum. So watch this video all the way to the end to be updated about the markets and what to do next in this situation. Give this video a like and let's dive right into the charts. On the daily time frame we saw a very big crash after this huge rejection of the $68,000. After that we saw a big crash for Bitcoin all the way to the $52,000. And this is a big support level for Bitcoin at around the $52,000. So we need to hold this level now. In other words, I always say buy at support and sell at resistance. So we're now at critical support. So this is exactly a place where I'm accumulating more Bitcoin for my long-term portfolio. I'm not panicking here, but I am just buying at these places. For instance, if we have a look at this widening, broadening wedge for Bitcoin on the daily time frame, we can see multiple touch points on the top side as resistance and multiple touch points on the downside as support. And currently we are at this support region. And just like when we were at this topside resistance area, I was selling a bit of my Bitcoin to take in more profits, and at this point I'm buying more Bitcoin because we are at this critical support on the lower time frame and also on this horizontal support. So let's see if we can maybe see a wick like here and eventually close the daily candle above this support area and maybe see more upside from here. But this is the place where you should be more bullish for Bitcoin and where you should buy into the market. A couple of weeks ago we opened the CME gap around the $57,805 and that was around here. Currently we are closing this CME gap, so this CME gap is now over. But we are also creating a huge new CME gap, of course, and that is around this level. And it will be around $62,900. So yeah, of course this is a very big gap and this is one of the biggest gaps I've ever seen. And currently we're trading below the $52,000. So let's see if Bitcoin can come all the way back up and close the gap eventually. But this is looking very bad actually. So let's see if Bitcoin can close the CME gap maybe this week already or maybe in the coming weeks. But for now it's looking very bearish. And also the stock market is dumping like crazy. We also saw the Japanese market dumping, the American market was dumping, and also I think today the European market will dump. So yeah, let's see where this dump will head us. But this is also a very big support level for the S&P 500. So yeah, let's see if we can maybe hold this level and just create more upside. Because when the panic hits the fan, you should just be bullish and buy more into the markets. And last week I was telling you about this interesting short trade I took, and I shared this on my socials. We saw Bitcoin had a little bit of a price formation, and we saw then a resistance, a support, and another resistance occurring. So Bitcoin was having a little bit of diminishing highs, and we saw a little bit of a upwards grinding price for Bitcoin. And eventually we broke this formation to the downside. We retested this previous support into resistance, and from there we came all the way back down. And from this bearish retest I took a short trade and I shared this on my socials with you. And yeah, from that point it is an insane trade, of course. And from the point of this bearish retest you could have made an interesting gain of 20%. And yeah, this is very interesting. So when the market is tanking, you could have made money with the short. And yeah, as I said, I share this trade on my socials. So yeah, in my videos I was talking about this trade a lot, and we made more money. So that's actually good to see. And of course, I'm taking a lot of profits at this lower side region for Bitcoin. So now I'm turning these profits into my spot buy orders. And this is the way to generate more Bitcoin for the long term. And eventually we will see a new all-time high for Bitcoin in the coming months. But for now, the panic hits the fan. And of course also on the weekly time frame we can see we are at the lower side of this bull flag formation, and we are at the support area, and we are currently a little bit breaking below it. So of course we want to see this weekly candle closing above this support level, and then we're all good, and then we can maybe aim for higher targets again. So of course when this weekly candle closes below this support level, then we have to be a little bit more bearish, of course. But for now, yeah, let's see what this weekly candle can do and if we can close this weekly candle above this support level. If we have a look at this triangle for Bitcoin, we saw an interesting formation occurring for the daily time frame. We saw a lot of touch points here on the top side as resistance and on the downside as support. Yeah, and we broke out a couple weeks ago and we created a lot of more topside momentum. And of course, yeah, we all know what happened. We saw a very big crash for Bitcoin. But now we are back at this support level on the downside. Yeah, and you could maybe also see it like a retest of the previous resistance to turn it into support, because we didn't actually retest this resistance as support. So if we come all the way back down, this could also be a very interesting bullish retest for Bitcoin to see maybe more upside from here. But of course, yeah, a lot of bearish news coming into the market, and this is not what we want to see. And also on the lower side, we can see multiple touch points in the past as support. So let's see if we can close this daily candle above this support area. And then, yeah, I think this is a very good retest. And of course, this is a very good opportunity to buy more Bitcoin for your long-term portfolio holdings. An interesting altcoin to have a look at is Ethereum. We saw Ethereum was dumping like crazy as well. We are coming all the way back down, and we even are back at the $2,000 area. And of course, this is a very interesting place as for support for Ethereum. So yeah, if we see it in a horizontal way, this could also be a very interesting support to buy more Ethereum. And as I was saying earlier in my videos, I was buying at these support levels, and I also bought more at this level. And of course, I also buying at this level. So that's why I also always shoot DCA into the market. So you buy in smaller portions. Yeah, and now you can maybe buy into the market, and eventually we will see higher prices. And of course, in the coming months, we can maybe see an all-time high for Ethereum unfolding. So yeah, buying at these places is a lifetime opportunity in my opinion. And yeah, we can create a lot of more gains. But for now, of course, the panic is into the market, and it doesn't feel right to buy at these prices. But if you are buying at these prices, eventually you will thank yourself in the coming months. So for instance, if you bought at this kind of region after this huge dump to the downside, yeah, this was the most interesting place for Ethereum to buy. And eventually, yeah, you could have made a lot of more interesting gains. So yeah, we're still in this uptrend actually. And on the high time frame, yeah, there's nothing to worry about in my opinion. So these are the kind of lifetime opportunities I'm waiting for, and that's why I am buying. And of course, Ethereum is looking very bearish because we also broke out of this huge consolidation formation on the top side. After the Ethereum ETF went live, we are now seeing a very big dip. And yeah, as I was saying, this was a very interesting support to buy around the $2,000 area. And yeah, let's see if Ethereum can create a little bit more of a bounce and then come back to this formation to invalidate the formation and maybe see more topside in the coming months. But yeah, as I'm hammering on this interesting support level, this is a very interesting support level to buy and accumulate more Ethereum. And another interesting altcoin to look at is Vechain. I've been talking about Vechain a lot in the last weeks, and we saw a lot of interesting support here unfolding. We also broke it down a little bit and then created more of a retest of this formation. Then we came all the way up, and now we are back at the support area. And this is a very critical support area to hold for Vechain, but also a very interesting support, of course, for Vechain to accumulate more Vechain. And that is exactly what I am doing, because we also see this interesting formation unfolding for Vechain. We see a resistance on the top side, and this downward sloping resistance line is unfolding. And also, yeah, as I was saying, we see a lot of support coming in on the downside. And this is exactly the place where I'm buying more Vechain. So let's see if we can create more topside from here and eventually reach this resistance. We want to see a breakout to the top side, retest of this resistance to turn it into support, and then aim for the higher targets. But for now, yeah, we have to see if Vechain is going to hold this weekly and daily support on the lower side. Otherwise, we are going to see a lot of bearish prices for Vechain, and then we could visit prices of the last bear market, and that's not what we want to see. So yeah, we're currently around the 2 cents, and we don't want to see a drop below the 2 cents. We want to see a gain, of course, for Vechain. And if this breakout to the top side occurs, then we are going to see a breakout target of Vechain for 5 cents. But of course, that's a little bit of a long road for now. So we have to focus us, what is Vechain going to do at this lower side support region? So currently, while making this video, Bitcoin is even dropping further. We are seeing a drop all the way below the $51,000. So yeah, this is still at this support region, and we need to hold this support in order to become a little bit more bullish. So everyone is panicking at this moment, but I will tell you one advice: don't sell your Bitcoin right now, because this could be a lifetime opportunity for the coming months. So let me know in the comments what you think about Bitcoin and what you think about Bitcoin for the coming months. I hope you find this video useful. Give this video a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.